Do your neighbors despise you because you have a pile of, oh, I don't know, old branches, logs, straw, maybe some grass clippings hanging around wrecking their aesthetic? Don't throw them away or burn them. I've got a better idea. In the last video, I talked about what hugelkultur is and why it is such an amazing permaculture powerhouse. Together, let's build your very own mounded water-retaining garden bed that will save you work, water, and even will build its own nutrients through decomposition. What a way to go. Let's build a hugelkultur bed.
Before you start piling up logs, let's talk about location, because where you put your hugelkultur bed really does matter. You want to choose a spot that gets full sun for most of the day, somewhere with decent drainage so you're not creating a swamp, and you'll need enough space to build a mound that's about 3 to 5 feet wide at the base. If you're working with sloped ground, build your mound running across the slope rather than up and down it. This helps slow water movement and keeps your bed nice and moist throughout the growing season instead of letting all that free water rush right past. When it comes to the shape, don't feel like you have to stick to rigid straight lines. Curved, organic-looking mounds are not only beautiful, they actually blend into your garden landscape in a way that feels really natural. So grab a piece of paper or just walk your space and sketch out the shape in your mind. This is your garden bed, so make it work for your space and your style. Let's talk about wood choices, because not all logs are created equal when it comes to hugelkultur. The best woods to use are things like maple, birch, poplar, fruit tree prunings, and alder. The best part? If you've got some punky firewood that's been sitting around getting soft and starting to decompose, that's actually perfect for this. There are a few woods you want to avoid or at least use sparingly. Black walnut contains something called juglone, which can inhibit the growth of certain plants, so I'd skip that one. Cedar and black locust are super slow to break down, so they won't feed your soil as quickly. And this should go without saying, but never use pressure-treated wood or anything that's been painted or stained. Those chemicals have no place in your garden. Beyond the logs themselves, you're going to want to gather up other organic materials to fill in the layers. Think twigs and small branches, straw or old hay, fallen leaves, grass clippings, and if you have it, some compost or aged manure. What we're creating here is essentially called lasagna gardening, alternating carbon-rich materials like wood and dried leaves with nitrogen-rich greens like grass clippings and fresh plant material. This combination is what creates that incredible fertility as everything breaks down. All right, let's build this thing. Step 1 is optional but really helpful. Dig a shallow trench where your mound is going to sit, somewhere between 6 to 12 inches deep. This does two things. It anchors those logs so they're not rolling around on you, and it improves moisture retention at the base where your plant roots will eventually reach. Step 2, lay down your largest logs first. These form the foundation of your entire bed, so place them horizontally along the bottom. Don't worry about them being perfectly straight or uniform. This is permaculture, not carpentry. The gaps and irregularities actually help with airflow and drainage. Step 3. Now start filling in all those gaps between your big logs with branches, twigs, and smaller sticks. You're creating structure here, lots of air pockets and spaces that will eventually fill in with soil and organic matter as things decompose. This is what gives hugelkultur beds that incredible sponge-like quality that holds moisture so well. Step 4. Here's where you balance out all that carbon-heavy wood. Scatter some nitrogen-rich materials throughout. Grass clippings from your last mow, fresh prunings from the garden, or some aged manure if you have it. This nitrogen is essential because it feeds the microorganisms that will break down all that wood, and it prevents something called nitrogen tie-up, where your plants would otherwise be competing with decomposing wood for the nutrients. Step 5. Top everything with at least 6 to 8 inches of good quality soil mixed with compost. This is your actual planting zone for the first year. Shape your mound as you go. Steeper sides give you more surface area for planting, but gentler slopes are definitely easier to maintain and less prone to erosion. Find the balance that works for you. Step 6. Give everything a thorough deep watering. This jump starts the decomposition process, helps settle all your materials together, and make sure everything is making good contact. Don't skip this step. It really does make a difference. In that first year, you want to plant in the top soil layer, not directly into the wood. Your plants need established soil to get their roots into while that wood core is just beginning its decomposition journey. The best first year crops for a new hugelkultur bed are things that love rich soil and don't mind a little extra moisture. Squash and pumpkins are absolutely phenomenal. Those big leaves shade the mound and reduce evaporation. Cucumbers thrive up there. Brassicas like broccoli, cabbage, and kale do beautifully. Even corn can work really well if you built a larger mound. Here's a fun and useful idea. Tuck some herbs or flowers along the sides. Things like calendula, thyme, or even trailing nasturtiums look gorgeous cascading down the edges. They attract beneficial insects to your whole garden, and herbs eventually fill your pantry for the winter. One more thing, mulch everything. A good layer of straw or wood chips on top helps reduce drying, prevents erosion, and keeps those soil temperatures more stable. Your mound is going to sink and settle over time, and that's completely normal. That's actually a sign that your wood core is doing exactly what it's supposed to do, breaking down and feeding your soil from the inside out. If you built a hugelkultur mound this season, I would absolutely love to hear about it. Drop a comment below. Also, hit that subscribe button so you don't miss any more about permaculture and a whole lot of other things.
Until next time, let's get growing with logs and grass clippings and all other sorts of good stuff.